the Gathering of the Nations Native Americans at Cocopah. This took place in December 17th. And this is the first time in the tribe's history that we got to host the GONA. And Jennifer, you were participating in that, and you also serve on council. And what were your impressions of the GONA at Cocopah?
My impressions is that it was a great experience to be able to see our community really involved, and it was truly inspiring, impactful. Like I got to see that, and so I'm really grateful for the experience.
We had a good turnout. We had I think a combined total of something like 35 families, 100 people, and it was the
Mhm.
first time we had this event. It was kind of close to the holidays, and for both of our facilitators, let's talk about what this was like for you when you came here. This is your first time at Cocopah, and what were your takeaways from this? We were talking about the four themes of belonging, mastery, interdependence, and generosity. So let's talk about what that experience was like from your end of it.
Yeah. I I want to first point out the Gathering of Native Americans is an awesome community tool to use in healing, for community healing, and going through those four pillars: mastery, I mean, belonging, mastery, interdependence, and generosity. You can really see the growth throughout the process. And so when we came in day one, you know, doing introductions and slowly getting to know people, day one was kind of, get up out of your chair, start to get to know one another in the room. And for facilitators, it's part of building that trust and safety. And so that was, I think, the big piece on my mind is how do we get everyone together, involved, start to introduce each other, get familiar with names, and then start really building on that trust and safety. So that was my big perspective on day one. As for the flow of the GONA, we go where community needs to go. And so essentially, community is leading us. And to see the growth through this process was amazing. I want to first point out the youth were absolutely remarkable in terms of grasping onto each one of the themes. And you can see the growth day by day. And by day four, you could see they were talking on the microphones. They were leading breakouts, like the icebreakers and the energizers, and they were requesting certain things they wanted to see. And so, really harnessing that strength that our youth have, I think, was the main piece of the GONA from what I saw. So, Regina, I don't know if you have anything you would like to share.
Thank you, Jacqueline. What I saw, what I took from the GONA throughout the week is one of the things that we do is we look at strengths. We look at strengths within the community, and some of the things that the community pointed out is they wanted more culture. And when we were with the youth and hanging out with the youth and just doing activities with them, and we ended up taking a walk with them sharing about their culture, sharing about the trees, about the area, sharing about, we were at a palm tree and one of the little guys says, you see this seed, you use that for a rattle, a gourd rattle. And he was teaching the other kids. And I thought that was very powerful. And, to show, that the strength that the community has in, sharing culture, teaching culture, and that all the work that they've already invested in the community and the youth are already, showing, within that GONA of the youth sharing together and teaching the other youth, what they've learned and what they know. So I thought that was very powerful and one of the things that I took away. The other thing was, when they came in and the kids were bird dancing, and the little guy dancing and telling, afterwards sharing with me, about his dance and, the meaning of that, and that he really likes dancing, and his auntie sharing how he's competed and he's won, a competition. So it was a great experience. It was really amazing to see the community come together. Like each day, we started with a small group, but each day there were more people coming in, and that's what the Gona does. It mobilizes the community. It gets them engaged because once they start talking about it, oh, you should have came to Gona yesterday. What's that? And they start telling them about what Gona is and what they're doing, and they're curious and they come with them. So I thought that was pretty great as well.
And to your point, engagement, that was one of the things that really stood out was the young people, younger kids that may have been a little shy, they seem to just pick up immediately and get engaged with this. Was that, Jennifer, was that what your observation was as well?
Yeah, they were able to explore their creativity and really show their abilities that, all the activities that Gona had to offer really shine light on that. And that was really I the structure of it I really appreciated to be able to see that and to, give them the confidence that the worthy, all of those things that we went through and all the pillars. It was that was an experience for myself and for our kids.
And how did this experience maybe change your perspective in terms of the four themes that you experienced that you worked on?
I definitely see that, it gives me a lot of hope because, again, with the culture and everything, that it's still very strong and it is very, the kids are picking it up, they are learning, you know, and so that just it just really gives me that hope for the future and to keep going. And the things that I do daily for in my position, like it's gonna all come and continue to keep going. Each generation we progress, and I see it. And so I'm really grateful they have this opportunity of the culture to continue to learn and to, hopefully more with language and things like that, we could, us, um, creating these programs and things for them that they will be able to, go further and keep going.
And Regina, as a facilitator, you see the progress from the very, very start. And what do you see next year? We bring Gona, we do Gona again at Cocopah. What do you think is going to be the next level of engagement for some of these people who were with us this past year and are going to be with us newcomers coming as well? How is this going to change the dynamic in your estimation?
I think you guys are going to need a bigger space.
Okay,
Where
well,
we were,
more the better, right?
I think, just seeing, the families coming in, the youth bringing their parents, their cousins, their aunties, their uncles. You're going to need a bigger venue. It's going to be pretty amazing because once people, they're out there, they're talking about going, and once you start advertising about it, and the youth start seeing that Gona's coming back again, they're going to talk about it to their friends, they're going to talk about it to their families, they're going to share, and that's just kind of the medicine that Gona does. It reaches families and it gets them, curious, and what is this Gona. And when they get there, I say they fall in love with it and they believe in it. So yeah, that's my opinion on that one.
Sure. And let's talk about the affirmation wall where they had put up their pictures and their names and they were contributing something every day. Let's talk about that activity and what that experience means.
So the affirmation wall is to point out people's strengths. point out their strengths and their skills that they can contribute to the community. And so for the kids to be able to see their friends, in action and participating and stepping up, as a leader in their groups, or maybe they're the ones who are another one's an organizer, they'll put those little, little affirmations on their photos, great leader, or if they know that they are an artist, great artist, and putting those on there. And they take that home, they read that, and it's very proud because when we think about our communities and the intergenerational trauma that has happened, and the historical trauma that has happened with our people, we're not used to those type of compliments. We're not used to being able to share our skill sets, and we're not always comfortable with, um, allowing people to give us, positive words or telling us, we're great at this type of skill. And so when they see that, they get motivation, they get excited, and they want to be able to, to continue that. So essentially, you're building a healthier community.
And Jennifer, when we look at our participation in this, this was the first time that you participated in a GONA, correct?
Yes.
And now, what do you think moving forward? We're going to do this again this coming year. And what do you want to see happen? What do you think is the most critical part of this?
Yeah, I think definitely, like Regina said, that, everybody will be talking. I continue to promote it. And, even it was really nice that most of our tribal leaders attended the first day. And so, we were telling each other, you are worthy and things like that, because yeah, we aren't used to hearing those things. And it's really nice to bring something that fosters that in our community. And I think definitely, even for me, I would like to see even like, there's different levels of Gona, like the adults. Like I'd like to see an adult one, because I do think there is a lot of healing that needs to be done on that level. And, because we do have a lot, we we always want to bring, we always think of the youth, but I feel like there's a lot of healing that needs to be done on so many levels, maybe even an elder, just a lot of those, just to really to focus on real issues, the traumas of our peoples and all of that, like really bring that out so we could start healing, you know, the grown people so they could start to teach that to the young. And I really look forward to being a part of that because that is something that my life mission journey, that I am on is to do that.
Okay. And this was a milestone for us. And Regina, what are your thoughts there?
I wanted to give the council kudos because you don't normally see you'll see council members, chairmen, chairwomen, come and do an opening, say a prayer for the Gona, and then they go. But I commend the council for staying. And even I know they had busy schedules and they stayed for most of the day. And Jennifer stayed all week long. And some of them came back on the last day. I give them kudos to do that because it shows the community that, they're vested in them, that they're taking the time out of their busy schedules to take a part and that they really care about what they're doing. And so it was, Jennifer, I've never seen that happen at Agona where
Mhm.
uh, tribal council stayed and participated. And so I really enjoyed that. So kudos to them for taking a healthy risk and doing that.
Yes, thank you.
Milestone for Cocopah. We're looking forward to you coming back again. And hopefully we'll have a bigger event with more people. That's what we're aiming for.
Mhm.
And it was a great milestone. And just to let folks know who are watching this, if you want to get a look at the video montage of the event, you can go to Cocopah Now on our YouTube channel. Cocopah Now is our news brand. You'll see a video montage of that. You can also check us out on Facebook. And if you are interested in Cocopah news, events, and activities, you can go to cocopah.com, and in the upper right-hand corner, you can sign up for a free monthly electronic newsletter. We promise not to share your contact information with any outside parties. Thank you so much, all of you, for joining us today. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jonathan. You guys have a great weekend.
You do the
Yes,
same.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you all.